हरे गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद निताई गौर हरि बोल निताई गौर हरि बोल। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, श्री श्री राधा राधानाथ की, श्री गिरि गोवर्धन की, श्री गौर हरि की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं सावद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तत्वकांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। So we are reading our on Sunday we read Krishna book, Krishna the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So today we are reading chapter 8. So before starting I want to beg obeisances to I want blessings to all the devotees, so I can discuss something of this transcendental subject matter of about the pastimes of Lord Krishna. So you all the devotees, you should bless me so that I can speak these transcendental matters for the glorification of the Lord and for the purification of myself. Hare Krishna. So today we are going to read the chapter 8 entitled Lord Krishna entitled Vision of the Universal Form, chapter 8. So we will try to finish this chapter, full chapter we have to. So I will just read and some points, important points we will discuss, and whole chapters we will cover complete. Okay, so we are starting here. So in the starting I'm reading. After this incident, which incident? Before that, the Trinavrit, the chapter was the salvation of Trinavrit. So in the 7th chapter, Krishna annihilated this Trinavrita. So after this, this incident, this new chapter is starting. So as I mentioned, after this incident, Vasudeva asked his family priest Garg Muni to visit the place of Nand Maharaj in order to astrologically calculate the future life of Krishna. Garg Muni was a great saintly sage who had undergone many austerities and penances and been appointed priest of the Yadu dynasty. When Garg Muni arrived at the home of Nand Maharaj was very much pleased to see him and immediately stood up with folded hands and offered his respectful obeisances. He received Garg Muni with the feelings of one who is worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He offered him a nice sitting place, and when he sat down, Nand Maharaj offered him a warm reception. Addressing him very politely, he said, "My dear Brahmana, your appearance in a householder's place is only to enlighten. We are always engaged in household duties and are forgetting our real duties of self-realization. Your coming to our house is to give us some enlightenment about spiritual life. You have no other purpose in visiting householders. Actually, a saintly person or a Brahmana has no business visiting householders, who are always busy in the matter of dollars and cents. The only reason saintly person and Brahmana go to the place of householder is to enlighten him. If it is asked, why don't the householders go to a saintly person or Brahmana for enlightenment? The answer is that householders are very poor hearted. Generally, householders think that engaging in family affairs is their prime duty, and that self-realization or enlightenment in spiritual knowledge is secondary. Out of compassion only, saintly persons and Brahmanas go to householders' home. So, this was the first paragraph. So, in this paragraph, the important thing is this, that so we know that in before previous chapter, Krishna annihilated the Trinavrita. So Vasudev was quite he was in anxiety that so many demons are coming to disturb Krishna. So Vasudev now he requested his family priest Garg Muni, requested to Garg Muni and asked to Garg Muni that please visit to Nanda Maharaj and please visit and please see to Krishna and and and, and see why all these problems are coming in Krishna's life. And so he just sent to Garg Muni to see to Krishna. So when Garg Muni came at the house of Nand Maharaj, then in this paragraph it is mentioned that how he received, how nicely he welcomed the sage. So we are learning here that how should we receive a saintly person. So it is said that the pastimes of the Lord, they have two things. We learn two things from the pastimes of the Lord. One is the entertainment. We derive so much pleasure by hearing these pastimes. And second is message. So by the pastimes of the Lord, we feel so much joy, so much bliss. Another thing is the message. So we can see that what message we can learn in our life. So in this paragraph, the thing is that it is described that how we should receive the saintly person, especially the householders. So if a saintly person come to our house, so how we should welcome them and how should we receive, what kind of reception we should give. So it is described by the example of Nand Maharaj. So when Garg Muni came to his house, so he was very pleased and he, with folded hands, he welcomed. He paid his obeisances to Garg Muni and he gave him a nice seat to sit, and he welcomed so nicely to Garg Muni. So we can learn that if we should always be very much pleased and we should invite the saints to our house. So the Nand Maharaj here is saying, while addressing to Garg Muni, that to visit a saintly person to the house of householder is only to enlighten. There is no other business. No other business. So same thing is also there in the Srimad Bhagavatam. When Vidur came to Yudhishthir Maharaj's house, so Yudhishthir also welcomed to Vidur. So we know the one song Narottam Das Thakur has written one song. He said that तुम्हारे हृदय सदा गोविंदा विश्राम. Why the householders sees the saintly persons? He treats the saintly person like a god, huh? So they worships a saintly person like the supreme personality of Godhead. So Narottam Das Thakur says that Tumhara Hriday Sada Govinda Vishram, because the saintly persons, the saints, he always, in his heart, there is always the Govinda. He rests in the heart of the saints. Govinda kahay mora Vaishnavera pran. And Govinda says that the Vaishnavas are my pran. The Vaishnavas lives in the heart of Govinda. And also it says that Gangara Parash Hoile Paschate Pavan. When we go to Ganges in India, when everybody goes to bathe in the Ganges to purify ourselves. But Narottam Das Thakur says, Gangara Paras Hoile Paschate Pavan. So to purify ourselves, we have to go to Ganges. We have to go to India. We have to do so much travel. We have to book our flight tickets and then go there and then take bath. So much trouble is there. So we have to purify, but then we have to purify. We can purify ourselves. Gangara Paras Hoile Paschate Pavan. We have to go there and bathe there. But he says, Darshane Pavan Koile Yei Tumar Gun. But a Vaishnava is so much potency that only by the darshan of the pure devotee we can be purified. There's no need to go anywhere. No need to go to any trouble. So this is the power of the Vaishnavas. So we can see here that that's why even Nanda Maharaj is already an exalted person, but even he is welcoming a saintly person so nicely. So he is teaching by these pastimes. There are so much teachings for us. He is teaching to us by his example that how householder should treat a saintly person and should welcome to the pure devotee, because they are not different from the Lord. So that's why Nanda Maharaj is saying that to come to the saintly person, to the house, to the householder, there is only one reason, that is enlightenment of the householders. There is no other reason, because we see that most of the householders, they are busy in dollars and cents, is mentioned here. So they don't know their prime duty. So that's why the saints, the devotees, they go to different houses to tell them their prime duty. So that's why he welcomed to Garg Muni, and he said that you're coming to here is only to enlighten. So in the next paragraph we will read. Nanda Maharaj addressed Garg Muni as one of the great authorities in astrological science. The foretellings of astrological science, such as the occurrence of solar and lunar eclipses, are wonderful calculations, and by this particular science a person can understand the future very clearly. Garg Muni was proficient in this knowledge. By this knowledge one can also understand what his previous activities were that are causing him to enjoy or suffer in this life. So now Nanda Maharaj is addressing to Garg Muni. So now he's addressing him as a great authority in astrological science. Yeah, so he knows, Gangmuni knows all things about the past, present, and future. He's a great astrologer. So he knows the astrologer, a great astrologer, you can know that why the sufferings are coming. Because the suffering comes from our past bad deeds. So they know that what past bad karmas are there. That's why, or why this enjoyment and suffering are coming due to our past misdeeds. Next, Nand Maharaj also addressed Gargmuni as the best of the Brahmanas. A Brahmana is one who is expert in the knowledge of the Supreme. Without knowledge of the Supreme Absolute, one cannot be recognized as a Brahmana. The exact word used in this connection is Brahmavedam, which means those who know the Supreme very well. An expert Brahmana is able to give reformatory facilities to the subcastes, namely the Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. The Sudras observe no reformatory performances. The Brahmana is considered to be the spiritual master or priest for the Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. Nand Maharaj happened to be a Vaishya, and he accepted Gargmuni as a first-class Brahmana. He therefore offered his two foster sons, namely Krishna and Balram, to him to purify. Nanda stated that not only these boys but all human beings just after birth should accept a qualified Brahmana as a spiritual master. So now he is addressing him as the best of the Brahmanas. So here he is saying that a Brahmana is one who is expert in knowledge of the Supreme. The Brahmana is a Brahmana who knows about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Only by Janma there is no Brahmana. We see in India they take birth in a Brahmana family and they think that they are Brahmana. But according to the Shastras, the Brahmana is he who knows the Krishna. So we are following by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada now and everywhere, all over the world. There are so many Brahmanas. Prabhupada are creating so many Brahmanas. Because by Janma there is no such kind of thing. It is said that Janmana Jayate Sudra. By Janma everybody is Sudra. Sanskar Bhave Dvija. By the Sanskar, by the initiation, we becomes Dvija, means Brahman. So by the mercy of Prabhupada, we all are now understanding about the Krishna. So those who knows to the Lord, he is a Brahmana. So here Nand Maharaj is saying that you are the most greatest Brahmana. And now in the last he's saying that I am now offering my children, Krishna and Balram, to purify. So please purify my children. So here Nand Maharaj is saying that all human beings just after birth should accept a qualified Brahmana as a spiritual master. The same point Prahlad Maharaj also told, is described. Prahlad Maharaj was just 5 years old boy, and he said what he said to his friends. He said when he went to Gurukul, he went to study. He was just 5 years old, and he told to his friends, Kaumaramachrit pragyo dharman bhagavata iha durlabham manusam janma tathapi durlabham tathapi adhurvam arthadam. So Jai Shri Shri Radha Radhanath ki Jai, Giri Govardhan ki Jai, Shri Shri Gaur Hari ki. So Prahlad Maharaj, what he said to his friends, he said, Kaumaram Achret Pragya. Kaumar is the age starts from 5 years. The child, 5 years old child, it is a Kaumar age, Kaumar Avastha. So he says, Kaumaram Achret Pragya. We should start our devotional service at the just Kaumar Avastha, just from 5 years of age. Kaumaram Achret Pragyo. Dharman Bhagavatam Yaha. This Bhagavad Dharma we should start at just from childhood. Dharman Bhagavatam Yaha. Why? Because Durlabham Manusam Janma. Because this human life is very rare. Durlabh. Very rare. Durlabham Manusam Janma. And he said, Tathapi Ardhurvam. Tathapi Adhurvam. Tathapi means also Adhurvam. Adhurvam means it is not certain. It is uncertain. Although this human life is very rare, we know that 84 lakhs species, after 84 lakhs species, we got this human life. Very, very rare. We have so many species, animals, and so many types of species are there. But after so much, we got this human life. That is very rare. But also that is uncertain. Tathapi adhurvam, arthadam and arthadam, but very important. By this human life, we can get so important thing. We can get highest thing. So we should start devotional service at just from childhood. So that's the same point here. Nand Maharaj is saying that this Krishna and Balram is very young now, is very small children. So please accept them. So he's teaching us by his example that even Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he does not need to do any devotional service. He's a Lord, but he is teaching us in his example that we should start devotional practice from childhood. He himself accepted a spiritual master from his childhood. So next we will read. Upon this request, Garg Muni replied, Vasudev had sent me to see to the reformatory performances of these boys, especially Krishna's. But if I do so, it may incidentally appear that Krishna is the son of Devaki. Since I am Vasudev's family priest, by his astrological calculation, Garg Muni could understand that Krishna was the son of Devaki, which Nanda did not know. Indirectly, Garg Muni said that Krishna and Balram were both sons of Vasudev. Balram was known as the son of Vasudev because his mother, Rohini, was present there. But Nand Maharaj did not know about Krishna. Garg Muni indirectly disclosed the fact that Krishna was the son of Devaki. Garg Muni also warned Nand Maharaj that if he would perform the reformatory ceremony, then Kansa, who was naturally very sinful, would understand that Krishna was the son of Devaki and Vasudev. According to astrological calculation, Devaki could not have a female child. Although everyone thought that the eighth child of Devaki was female, in this way Garg Muni intimated to Nand Maharaj that the female child was born of Yashoda and that Krishna was born of Devaki. And they were exchanged. Also the female child Durga had informed Kamsa that the child who would kill him was already born somewhere else. Garg Muni stated, if I give your child a name and if he fulfills the prophecy of the female child to Kamsa, then it may be that the sinful demon will come and kill the child also after the name giving ceremony. But I do not want to become responsible for all these future calamities. So now he's indirectly Garg Muni he said to Nand Maharaj that Krishna is the son of Devaki, and Balram is also the son of Devaki. So he's saying that I don't want to do this reformatory ceremonies. Otherwise, Kansa Kansa got to know that Krishna has taken birth here. So it may be dangerous for the Krishna. So he's saying that he said that I don't want to become responsible for all these future calamities. So further he's saying, on hearing the words of Garg Muni, Nand Maharaj said, if there is such danger, then it is better not to plan any gorgeous name-giving ceremony. It would be better for you to simply chant the Vedic hymns and perform the purificatory process. We belong to the twice-born caste, and I am thinking this opportunity of your presence. So please perform the name-giving ceremony without external pomp. Nand Maharaj wanted to keep the name-giving ceremony a secret and yet take advantage of Garg Muni's performing the ceremony. So now Nand Maharaj is saying that we will not do so big this ceremony. We will do in a small way so that nobody got to know, so that Kansa cannot be informed that this ceremony is happening. When Garg Muni was so eagerly requested by Nand Maharaj, he performed the name-giving ceremony as secretly as possible in the cow shed of Nand Maharaj. He informed Nand Maharaj that the son of Rohini would be very pleasing to his family members and relatives, and therefore would be called Ram. So he is saying that now is now giving the names. Name-giving ceremony has started. So now he is giving the names to Balram. So he said that Nand Maharaj, he said the son of Rohini would be very pleasing to his family members and relatives, and therefore would be called Ram. In the future he would be extraordinarily strong, and therefore would be called Baldev. So his name, first name he gave Ram, because he will give pleasure to everyone. Ram means to give pleasure. So first name he gave Ram, and then second he said he will be very strong. So his name will be Baldev. Baldev means very strong man. Garg Muni said further, because your family and the family of the Yadus are so intimately connected and attracted, his name will also be Sankarshan. Third name he gave Sankarshan. Sankarshan means transfer, because he is transferred from the womb of Devaki to womb of Rohini. So Sankarshan. Three names he gave according to his quality. This means that Garg Muni awarded the three names to the son of Rohini, namely Balram, Sankarshan and Baldev. But he carefully did not disclose the fact that Balram had also appeared in the womb of Devaki and was subsequently transferred to the womb of Rohini. Krishna and Balram are real brothers, being originally sons of Devaki. Garg Muni then informed Nand Maharaj, as far as your son is concerned, this child has taken different bodily complexions in different yugas. Now he is giving the names to Krishna. First of all, he assumed the color white, then the color red and the color yellow, and now he has assumed the color black. So he is saying that in different ages he appears in different colors. So in this age he appeared in the color black color. Besides that, he was formerly the son of Vasudev. Therefore his name should be Vasudev. So he gave the name now Vasudev, because he said that he is formerly the son of Vasudev. So his name should be Vasudev, as well as Krishna. Some people will call him Krishna and some will call him Vasudev. But one thing you must know, this son has had many other names and activities due to his different pastimes. Garg Muni further hinted to Nand Maharaj that his son would also be called Giridhari because of his uncommon pastimes of lifting Govardhan hill. Since Garg Muni was an astrologer, he could understand everything, past and future, and thus he said, I know everything about his activities and names, but others do not know. This child will be very pleasing to all the cowherd men and cows, being very popular in Vrindavan. He will be the cause of all good fortune for you. Because of his presence, you will overcome all kinds of material calamities despite opposing elements. Garg Muni continued to say, My dear king of Vraja, in his previous birth, this child many times protected righteous persons from the hands of robbers and thieves whenever there are political disruptions. Your child is so powerful that anyone who will become a devotee of your boy will never be troubled by enemies, just as demigods are always protected by Lord Vishnu. The devotees of your child will always be protected by Narayan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This child will grow in power, beauty, opulence, in everything. So, he's saying now that the reason to appear for appearing to Krishna, we know in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna appears. 4.7 Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam, to annihilate to the demons and to deliver the devotees. So he always protect to devotees. He is saying that those who will be the devotee of your child, so he will always be protected from all kinds of miseries, all kinds of enemies. And this child will grow in power, beauty, opulence, in everything. On the level of Narayan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, I would advise that you protect him very carefully so that he may grow without disturbance. In other words, Garg Muni informed Nand Maharaj that because he was a great devotee of Lord Narayan, the Lord had given Nanda a son equal to himself. At the same time, Garg Muni indicated that this son would be disturbed by so many demons and that Nanda should therefore be careful and protect him. In this way, Garg Muni convinced Nand Maharaj that Narayan himself had become his son. In various ways, he described the transcendental qualities of his son. After giving this information, Garg Muni returned to his home. Nand Maharaj began to think of himself as the most fortunate person, and he was very satisfied to receive such a benediction in this way. So, now he has he returned, Garg Muni returned to his home, and Nand Maharaj now is very happy to receive this reformatory ceremony. And so further we will read. So we have to just finish this chapter. So we will read most of the time. Not much is remaining. 2-3 pages are there. So nice pastime will come now. So we can understand while reading only. So no need to describe much. So after that, what happens? A short time after this incident, both Balram and Krishna began to crawl on their hands and knees. When they were crawling like that, they pleased their mothers. The bells tied to their waist and ankles sounded fascinating, and they would move around very pleasingly. Sometimes, just like ordinary children, they would be frightened by others and would immediately hurry to their mothers for protection. Sometimes they would fall into the clay and mud of Vrindavan and would approach their mothers smeared with clay and saffron. They were actually smeared with saffron and sandalwood pulp by their mothers, but due to crawling over muddy clay, they would simultaneously smear their bodies with clay. As soon as they would come crawling to their mothers, Yashoda and Rohini would take them on their laps and, covering them with the lower portion of their saris, allow them to suck their breast. When the babies were sucking their breast, the mothers would see small teeth coming in. Thus their joy would be intensified to see their children grow. Sometimes the naughty babies would crawl up to the cowshed, catch the tail of a calf and stand up. The calves, being disturbed, would immediately begin running here and there, and the children would be dragged over clay and cow dung. To see this fun, Yashoda and Rohini would call all their neighborhood friends and gopis. Upon seeing these childhood pastimes of Lord Krishna, the gopis would be merged in transcendental bliss in their enjoyment, they would laugh very loudly. So now Krishna and Balram, they are doing their childhood pastimes, and all the mothers, all the gopis, they are relishing these transcendental pastimes. So we saw here that they are just crawling and playing in the mud, like ordinary boys. And their mothers are very happy to see their all transcendental pastimes. So further, Krishna and Balram were so restless that their mothers, Yashoda and Rohini, would try to protect them from cows, bulls, monkeys, water, fire, and birds, while they were executing their household duties, always being anxious to protect the children and to execute their duties. They were not very tranquil. In a very short time, Krishna and Balram began to stand up and slightly move on their legs. When Krishna and Balram began to walk, other friends of the same age joined them, and together they gave the highest transcendental pleasure to the gopis, specifically to Mother Yashoda and Rohini. So now they are becoming older, and they can walk, and now they have made so many friends also. All the gopi friends of Yashoda and Rohini enjoyed the naughty childish activities of Krishna and Balram in Vrindavan. In order to enjoy further transcendental bliss, they all assembled and went to Mother Yashoda to lodge complaints against the restless boys. When Krishna was sitting before Mother Yashoda, all the elder gopis began to lodge complaints against him so that Krishna could hear. They said, "Dear Yashoda, why don't you restrict your naughty Krishna? He comes to our houses along with Balram every morning and evening, and before the milking of the cows, they let loose the calves, and the calves drink all the milk of the cows." So this is the pastime. He's always goes to the different houses, and before milking the cow, he just let the loose calves. So cows, they drink all the milk. They let loose the calves, and the calves drink all the milk of the cows. So when we go to milk the cows, we find no milk, and we have to return with empty pots. If we warn Krishna and Balram about doing this, they simply smile so charmingly that we cannot do anything. Also, your Krishna and Balram find great pleasure in stealing our stock of yogurt and butter from wherever we keep it. When Krishna and Balram are caught stealing the yogurt and butter, they say, "Why do you charge us with stealing? Do you think that butter and yogurt are in scarcity in our house?" So they go now to steal the butter, and when they are caught, so it says, Krishna Balram tells that why do you think that we are stealing? Do you think we are scarce? We are in scarcity. We have so much butters. Sometimes they steal butter, yogurt and milk and distribute them to the monkeys. When the monkeys are well fed and do not take any more, then your boys chide, "This milk and butter and yogurt are useless. Even the monkeys won't take it." And they break the pots and throw them hither and thither. So, if we keep our stock of yogurt, butter and milk in a solitary dark place, your Krishna and Balram find it in the darkness by the glaring effulgence of the ornaments and jewels on their bodies. If by chance they cannot find the hidden butter and yogurt, they go to our little babies and pinch their bodies so that they cry, and then they go away. If out of fear of these naughty boys, we keep our stock of butter and yogurt high on the ceiling, hanging on a swing, although it is beyond their reach, they arrange to reach it by piling all kinds of wooden planks over the grinding machine, and if they cannot reach, they make a hole in the pot. We think, therefore, that you had better take all the jeweled ornaments from the bodies of your children. So they are complaining to the mothers about there's so many uh, these matters, and we'll just reading so completing this. On hearing this, Yashoda would say, "All right, I will take all the jewels from Krishna so that he cannot see the butter hidden in the darkness." Then the gopis would say, "No, no, don't do this. What good will you do by taking away the jewels? We do not know what kinds of boys these are, but even without ornaments, they spread some kind of effulgence so that even in darkness they can see everything." So they can see within the darkness also, because Krishna is effulgent. And their gopis don't want without ornaments, because gopis also has so much love for Krishna. So and then Mother Yashoda would inform them, "All right, keep your butter and yogurt carefully so that they may not reach it." In reply to this, the gopis said, "Yes, actually we do so, but because we are sometimes engaged in our household duties, these naughty boys enter our house somehow or other and spoil everything. Sometimes, being unable to steal our butter and yogurt, out of anger, they pass urine on the clean floor and sometimes spit on it." Now just see how your boy is hearing these complaints. All day he simply makes arrangements to steal our butter and yogurt. And now he is sitting just like a very silent good boy. Just see his face. When Mother Yashoda thought to chastise her boy, after hearing all the complaints, she saw his pitiable face and smiling. She did not chastise him. So nobody can chastise to Krishna by seeing his face only. Another day, when Krishna and Balram were playing with their friends, all the boys joined Balram and complained to Mother Yashoda that Krishna had eaten clay. On hearing this, Mother Yashoda caught hold of Krishna's hand and said, "My dear Krishna, why have you eaten earth in a solitary place? Just see, all your friends, including Balram, are complaining about you." Being afraid of his mother, Krishna replied, "My dear mother, all these boys, including my elder brother Balram, are speaking lies against me. I have never eaten any clay. My elder brother Balram, while playing with me today, became angry, and therefore he has joined with the other boys to complain against me. They have all combined together to complain, so you will be angry and chastise me. If you think they are truthful, then you can look within my mouth to see whether I have eaten clay or not." His mother replied, "All right, if you have actually not eaten any clay, then just open your mouth, I shall see." So now this pastime of this to see the universal form is now coming. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, was so ordered by his mother, he immediately opened his mouth just like an ordinary boy. Then Mother Yashoda saw within that mouth the complete opulence of creation. She saw the entire outer space in all directions: mountains, islands, oceans, seas, planets, air, fire, moon, and stars. Along with the moon and the stars, she also saw all the elements: water, sky, and the extensive ethereal existence, along with the total ego and its products, namely the senses, the controller of the senses, all the demigods, and the objects of the senses like sound and smell. Within his mouth, she also saw the three qualities of the material nature: all living entities, eternal time, material nature, spiritual nature, activity, consciousness, and different forms of the whole creation. Yashoda could find within the mouth of her child everything necessary for cosmic manifestation. She also saw within his mouth herself taking Krishna on her lap and having him suck her breast. Upon seeing all this, she became struck with awe and began to wonder whether she were dreaming or actually seeing something extraordinary. She concluded that she was either dreaming or seeing the play of the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. She thought that she had become mad, mentally deranged, to see all these wonderful things. Then she thought, it may be cosmic mystic power attained by my child, and therefore I am perplexed by such vision within his mouth. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is beyond the expression of consciousness, mind, work, and philosophical speculation, and whose different energies produce everything manifested and unmanifested. Under his energy, bodily self and bodily positions are conceived. She then said, let me offer my respectful obeisances unto him under whose illusory energy I am thinking that Nanda Maharaj is my husband and Krishna is my son, that all the properties of Nanda Maharaj belong to me, and then all the cowherd men and women are my subjects. All this misconception is due to the illusory energy of the Supreme Lord. So let me pray to him that he may protect me always. So when Krishna opens his mouth, so now your Mother Yashoda is seeing so many things, everything in his mouth, in the universal form. She saw so many things in his mouth, and now she is thinking that it is the mystic power of my child, and this is the due to the mercy. It is the unlimited potency of the Lord. That's why these all things are I am seeing in his mouth. So further, while Mother Yashoda was thinking in this high philosophical way, Lord Krishna again expended his internal energy just to bewilder her with material affection. Immediately Mother Yashoda forgot all philosophical speculation and accepted Krishna as her own child. She took him on her lap and became overwhelmed with material affection. She thus began to think of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is understood through the process of cultivating knowledge derived from the Upanishads and the Vedanta Sutras, practicing mystic yoga and studying Sankhya philosophy as her own begotten child. Certainly, Mother Yashoda had executed many pious activities, as a result of which she got the absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as her son who sucked milk from her breast. Similarly, Nand Maharaj also must have performed many great sacrifices and pious activities for Lord Krishna to become his son and address him as father. But it is surprising that Vasudeva and Devaki did not enjoy the transcendental bliss of Krishna's childhood pastimes, although Krishna was their real son. The childhood pastime of Krishna are glorified even today by many sages and saintly persons. But Vasudeva and Devaki could not enjoy such childhood pastimes personally. The reason for this was explained by Sukdev Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit as follows. When the best of the Vasus named Drona and his wife Dhara were ordered to increase progeny by Lord Brahma, they said unto him, Dear Father, we are seeking your benediction when we take birth again with the universe. May the Supreme Lord Krishna in his most attractive feature of childhood absorb our whole attention. May our dealings with him be so powerful that simply by hearing of these childhood activities of his, anyone will very easily cross over the nascence of birth and death. Lord Brahma agreed to give them the benediction, and as a result of the same, Drona appeared as Nanda Maharaj in Vrindavan, and the same Dhara appeared as Mother Yashoda, the wife of Nanda Maharaj. In this way, Nanda Maharaj and his wife Mother Yashoda developed their unalloyed devotion for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, having gotten him as their son, and all the gopis and cowherd men who were associates of Krishna naturally developed their own different feelings of love for Krishna. Therefore, just to fulfill the benediction of Lord Brahma, Lord Krishna appeared along with his plenary expansion, Balram, and, and performed all kinds of childhood pastimes in order to increase the transcendental pleasure of all the residents of Vrindavan. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purports of the 8th chapter of the Krishna vision of the universal form. Hare Krishna. So, time complete. So, it's very nice pastimes. So we should read this book, and we can relish these transcendental pastimes. Srila Prabhupada has very nicely he described everything, and we very easily we can understand, and we can take these transcendental pastimes. We can relish all the activities of Krishna by reading this book. So we are stopping here now. So thank you very much for hearing so attentively. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, लीला पुरुषोत्तम भगवान श्री कृष्ण की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे।